Hey guys, it's Avacymp. Everyone has been asking, and it's time I deliver. This is my first ever deck tech. We are going to go over my flashiest, most exciting deck I probably own. Probably one of my strongest decks I own. My Prismatic Bridge deck. But I made this deck with a gimmick. The gimmick is, it is all with the exception of one creature card, Legendary Ladies. I call this the Girlboss Bridge. Hence my gorgeous sleeves here. Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss. This art was done by my amazing friend Iago. He is a super cool dude. And you can follow him at Flying Piffero on Instagram. He does a lot of... I've gone to him for practically all of my art I've ever done. He is the man. My D&D commissions, any little thing, my art for this account, it's all done by him. So, Iago, if you're watching this, man, you are the best. So, just wanted to go over everything. I kind of have things separated into kind of categories, but we'll go through the lands first. We're going to save the ladies for last, the best for last. So, for the lands, it's nothing too insane. I just run 2 of each basic land type. Just because I have traditional... We'll see when we get to ramp. I do have some of the traditional ramp cards in here. So we have Sundown Pass. Drowned Catacomb. Arid Mesa, which I pulled and didn't know I pulled. Which is crazy. Because at the time, I had gotten a Dragonstorm bundle. I was just kind of going through. And the special guests, I believe, were in the, just common slots. So I didn't know I pulled an Arid Mesa until one day I was going through my box. So this is the only fetch land I have in here. This is the only fetch land I legitimately own. Is this Arid Mesa. We have Hollowed Fountain, foil. We have River Pyre Verge. Llanowar Wastes. Woo. Sacred Foundry in the Borderless. There we go. Ooh. Otawara. I pulled quite a few Otawaras. I opened a box of Kamigawa that I got for Christmas. I think I had 4 Otawaras, 3 or 4 Otawaras, which was awesome to pull so many. Wish I pulled a Boseiju, but we have Otawara in here. Great card. Steam Vents, classic. We have a beautiful borderless breeding pool. That looks phenomenal. Dreamroot Cascade. Obviously, Watery Grave. Deserted Beach. Godless Shrine. Sulphur Falls. Beautiful foil Ketria Triumph that I had pulled. So that went right in here. It just looks gorgeous. Canopy Vista. Dragon Skull Summit. Temple Garden. Deathcap Glade. Overgrown Tomb. Woodland Cemetery. Battlefield Forge. Mana Confluence. Another card I pulled way back. Another exceptional card. The World Tree. We'll get into why I have the World Tree, but it's part of our mana fixing. Clifftop Retreat. Stomping Ground. And then that's it. Back to our basic lands. The only shock land I'm missing is Blood Crypt in this deck. I own Blood Crypt. I just haven't put it in. Blood Crypt will be going into this deck. Probably gonna take out probably one of the Pain lands, or maybe not the Pain land. I'll find maybe Dragon Skull Summit. Then we'll just go through some of the 1-card categories. So we have 2 enchantments here. We have Annie Joins Up. When Annie joins up, enters the battlefield, it deals 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, an opponent controls. If a triggered ability of a legendary creature you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. I don't get this card out often, but it is good. Very good when it's out. And then Day of Destiny, legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. Then we're going to go into our removal. We have Swords to Plowshares, Urza's Ruinous Blast, Desynchronization. It's a bounce thing, bring everything back, but it's still removal, in my opinion. We have Dam and Path to Exile. Just some classic removal cards. I don't hold off Interaction. I don't run any counterspells in this deck. I had counterspells to put in here, but I decided against it. This deck is kind of glass cannon-y. I have some Interaction, but we really lean on the ladies. Then we have some extra card draw. We have Phyrexian Arena, being able to upkeep, you draw a card, lose a life, and Guardian Project. Basically, whenever a creature enters the battlefield, draw a card. And then some instants. We have Heroic Intervention, which is Aeth's Karaga Magic. Got the Secret Lair. Beautiful. I was so happy I managed to get this Secret Lair. And Akroma's Will. I mean, this is just a game ender. This will win you the game right here. Or set you up to win it. You probably can at least you will at least be able to knock out one player. Shout out to my cat Lucy for meowing. She loves to meow when I'm recording. Hi, Lucy. Yeah, hi, girl. Next, we have our ramp / mana fixing. So we have this beautiful etched foil chromatic lantern. This absolutely gorgeous Soul Ring. I did not buy this Secret Lair, mind you. I bought 2 singles from the deck because they looked phenomenal. So this Soul Ring is one of them. This Soul Ring is beautiful. Best looking Soul Ring they've ever made. Attempt with Discovery. Mox Amber. I pulled this at pre-release years ago. What a pull. Kodama's Reach, classic ramp. Great Henge. I mean, it's card draw. It's technically ramp. It's such a great card. Again, pulled this. Beautiful. Farseek. Absolutely amazing. Just go get one of your shock lands or a Triome. We have a Surge Foil Cultivate with Aerith on there. I tried to get art with Legendary Ladies on them also, just to really fit the theme. And the Surge Foil just looks so nice. Growth Spiral. Again, Surge Foil Nature's Lore. Leyline of the Guild Pact. Again, just more helps with that mana fixing. Helps us out a ton. Arcane Signet, because of course. 3 Visits. Again, just another awesome little ramp card. The only non-legendary lady in this deck is Joiner Adept. Still lady, just not legendary. But again, amazing mana fixing that we need in 5 colors. And then Relic of Legends. Absolute banger of a card. Relic of Legends actually comes in clutch so much. You guys don't understand in this deck. Very, very, very slept on card for Legend Tribal. Maybe not slept on, but I just don't see this run a ton. At least from the people I play with at my local game store at LGS's. So there's a little mana fixing. Then the other gorgeous card from the Everyone's Invited Secret Lair was this Masquerade Nexus. I mean, this art is phenomenal. The camera does not do it justice. I mean, the foiling, the art, everything about this, beautiful. Obviously, this is just the World Tree combo. I've only gotten off one time, and that was actually last Wednesday. I managed to pull off the combo of the World Tree and Masquerade Nexus. Felt so good to do that. Then just a couple sorceries. Search for Glory. Just a nice little tutor card. Along with, we went Diabolic Tutor. We got Liliana and Chandra on there. I love this art. Whenever I get Diabolic Tutor, I usually try to go for this art. I love it so much. And we have Selvalis Stampede. Again, awesome, awesome, awesome card. I've played this card a bunch in this deck. And it helps us get out some major bangers. But now, it is time for the legendary ladies themselves. Again, Gaslight, Gatekeep, Girlboss. Alright, drop in the comments. Who knows all 4 ladies represented on this sleeve right now? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We got Queen Marchesa, Selvala Explorer Returned, who was my first ever commander I ever built. Obviously, my beautiful, absolute queen, Avacymp, Angel of Hope. And we have the anime art variant of Aurelia, who, I had Aurelia, the OG Aurelia in this deck. And I don't want to say someone stole her, but she did go missing after I played this deck once. Maybe she's mixed up with some of my cards, but I haven't found her. She's in this sleeve, so unfortunately, Aurelia is not in this deck. I did have to replace her. I need to buy another one. But we're actually going to go over our first. This is our newest edition. I actually just put Sheoldred in. I took her out of my Sauron deck. I'm going to put Gifts Ungiven in Sauron because I didn't know Gifts Ungiven was banned at the time I bought it. So I'm going to just throw it in there. Then I'll probably get another Sheoldred at some point when I find one. But this deck just needed way more recursion. And Sheoldred is a great card for recursion. And this art is stunning. She replaced, I had Zira Arian in here. She didn't do much for this deck whatsoever. There's no real benefit. It was just a cool card. I love the art. So, Sheoldred is now in. Miku Lost But Singing, a.k.a. Azusa Lost But Seeking. Japanese foil. We have etched foil in Najila the Blade Blossom. Again, another awesome card. Game ender right here. Thalia, Heretic Cathar. Absolutely adore Thalia so much. When they dropped that secret lair years ago, I bought it so quick. She's genuinely just, again, one of my favorite ladies in all of Magic the Gathering. This deck is trying to showcase some of my favorite legendary women that were in Magic the Gathering, but I will admit there are some just really good legendary ladies in here from like Final Fantasy, as you guys will see. Speaking of, Aerith Gainsborough, lifelink. Whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 counter on Aerith Gainsborough. When she dies, you put X and 1/1 counters on each legendary creature you control, where X is the number of 1/1 counters on her. We have Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice, aka who you just saw on the sleeves. She has Mentor, begin combat on your turn. One target creature, pick one. Till end of turn, creature gets +2/+0, gains trample if it's red, vigilance if it's white. Multicolored deck really comes through, especially when you have Leyline of the Guild packed out. Helena Elena, absolute powerhouse. Haste Enabler. One just absolutely beefs up the other ladies. They were roommates. We have Jill. She was dominant. Again, it was a beautiful card. I pulled her. I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, but the card was gorgeous, and we'll get a little flip action in here. Spoil up, there's Elishanorn. Into Shiva, Warden of Ice. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Tap all lands your opponent's control. Exile Shiva, then return. This is insane. This art is genuinely insane. Shout out to Final Fantasy. Magic helped me get into Final Fantasy. Believe it or not, I still haven't beaten 10. I started 10, and I haven't beaten it. I am really slacking. Alice Shadorn, obviously. Just, everyone hates to see her. They really do. I don't blame them. Sarah Farron. Just a cost reductor for other legendary ladies. And then she transforms also. Again, spoiler, you'll see Sigarda there. But she just transforms into another little Anthem. Legendary creatures, you can still get +2/+2, and still gives us that cost reduction on casting legendaries. Then the girl, Sigarda, Shout to Innistrad, Font of Blessings, other permanents you control have Hexproof. Just gives us some blanket protection. And we get a little Hexproof lock with all the other cards we have in here. And then we can cast Angel spells and Human spells. We have a lot of humans and a lot of angels in here, so... Speaking of, Aurelia, the Law Above. Such a great card for Boros. I mean, if you're just a Boros player, this card is phenomenal. I have a Nelly Borka deck. Aurelia puts in so much work, the Law Above. Whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. That's whenever a player, which is awesome. And whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, she deals 3 damage to each of your opponents, and you gain 3 life. Then we have Venat, Heart of Hydaelyn. Again, remove on a stick. Very expensive for ability, but... There's Cleopatra, by the way. Again, we get Hydaelyn, the Mother Crystal. Gets 1/1 counters, indestructible, and draw a card. Really great protection, and she's indestructible herself. So again, it's just really, really good cards. Final Fantasy, chugged out so many amazing legendary ladies to throw in this deck. Cleopatra, Exiled Pharaoh. Again, just beefs up, and then we get to draw cards when they die. Elena is the only recursion I had in this deck. When she enters, you just bring one back. Probably could put a better recursion lady in her place. Or a better card. We'll have to see. Dahada, Binder of Wills. I mean, just gives Vigilance Lifelink indestructible for a +2. That -11 is absolutely insane. Dahada, insane card. Shalai goes into a Hexproof lock with Sigarda. And gives me a Hexproof too. Drawn in Linvala. I had a deck list I made. Never ended up making the deck, but I called it Dami Mommies Say No. Got a couple Dami Mommies that just don't let you have abilities. Lightning. Just, why not just double that damage? Why not just double it? Double it and give it to the next person. Obeka is a powerhouse in this deck. I haven't gotten her out in a very long time, but when she comes out, remember, Prismatic Bridge's upkeep, getting additional upkeeps is broken. More ladies just pop up in Wreck House. Obeka is phenomenal. Saskia, I remember buying the Precon forever ago. I have a Saskia attack, kind of like Attacking Matters, just slugfest deck. I love Saskia so much. Just kill 2 people. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Sisay Weatherlight Captain, just a legendary tutor card. Phenomenal in this deck. I want to get her foil. Samut, Voice of Dissent. We needed a haste enabler. She is that haste enabler. Great card. Karlach, Fury of Avernus. Shout out to Baldur's Gate. Just extra combats. I mean, her and Aurelia were both crazy. I need to get another Aurelia so bad for this deck. But Karlach is such a phenomenal card. She, when she's down, everyone tries to remove her. Rightfully so. She is a huge, huge lightning rod for removal. Because you will, with this deck, you will start steamrolling. Then we have Queen Marchesa, Death Touch Haste. When she enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. So just introduces the Monarch mechanic. Beautiful etched foil here. And here she is, my girl, Avacymp, Angel of Hope, in the retro border. I pulled in a collector booster for Innistrad Remastered. Oh, I love Avacymp. I love Avacyn. That's why I'm Avacymp. Oh my gosh, I love Avacymp. I love myself. No, I love Avacyn. One of the best cards. I will not ever accept any slander on my girl's name. She is amazing. She is worth the price. I don't care what anyone says. I will die on the hill. Avacyn is probably my all-time favorite card, like, ever. The art is beautiful. I miss her. I wish she didn't get unmade. We hate Nahiri in this household. Yet I despise Soren for having to unmake Avacyn. But Nahiri is the reason why Avacyn is gone. So, R.I.P. Lieza, Forgotten Archangel. Just another form of recursion, but she needs to be out for when our creatures die. Also, she shuts down other graveyard decks and death trigger decks. Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight, again, another absolutely wonderful angel out of Innistrad. R.I.P. to my girl. She is just, again, lightning rod for removal, but when she's out, she is ending that game very, very quickly. Beautiful foil. Braids. This is the one lady that's, helps everyone else out. Gives everyone else a little chance. A lot of people will keep her around. She's one of my, I guess, political pieces. It's like, oh, yeah, do you really want to get rid of Braids? You're getting all those cool things. Then I've had points where the whole table gets a rotation with her, and then when it's finally my turn, they remove her. So, she backfires a little bit. Eowyn Fearless Knight is just some good protection. You get to exile a creature and just give your creatures protection from that color. Very good card. Selvala Explore Return, my first ever commander. She is that girl, and this City Styles art is just beautiful. I love the look of this card. I didn't get the Secret personally. I did purchase this card. But what a card, man. She comes out a lot in this deck, but she's a lot of fun. Again, a little political piece. Attracts a Grand Unifier. I mean, I know she kind of got, I'm not a huge CDH head. I don't know much about CDH. But I know she kind of got pushed out. Some people said she kind of got pushed down the CDH scene. I don't know how true that is. If you're a CDH player, let me know. I'm very ignorant. But for just banging out some other games that aren't in CDH, she is a huge, huge, huge game changer. She hits and then, whew. Marchesa, the Black Rose. Again, when my creatures get counters, good recursion. And they get dethroned. And then we're back to Sheoldred. And with that, that's everything. That is the Girlboss Bridge. These are my legendary ladies. And all of the beautiful cards that come with them. I love this deck so much. This deck took months to build. It was a slow burn. I really wanted to bling it out. Put a lot of TLC into this deck. And I love how it came out. It plays great. It is very high powered though, so usually gets the rest of the pod to be like, well, gotta bring out our crazy decks. But overall, I love this deck so much. For my first deck, I had to show this deck off. And yeah, I thought this was going to be just more gimmicky because I was like, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of legendary ladies. But they are all so synergistic, help each other out. And they really just, they crush it. They absolutely crush it. So I hope you all enjoyed my first ever deck tech video, kind of going over some stuff. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate the support. I will see everyone on the next video.